everyone, Sam back with my first video of June. My god, where has that gone? We're halfway through the year already. Yeah, it's just crazy. So today I'm back with a tag video, and this time I've decided to do an oversized layered tag, which is something I've been seeing for junk journals, and I thought I would try it with a tag, sorry. So the first thing I've done is I've got my tag, and I've got Sarah's new City Street stencil. So I'm gonna put some colour onto the tag using this, and I'm going to use peacock feathers to do that. So let's have a go with this. So just gonna literally just dab it, and it doesn't, I'm not too bothered if it's light in some areas, dark in another. It's just so that the tab, or the tag, why do I keep calling it a tab? The tag isn't dead plain. So, because I don't want it dead plain. So, I'm just going to do this. These stencils, by the way, the new ones in the shop, are absolutely lovely. They're really good quality. They wash, like they clean really nice. And I'll show you how I clean mine once I've done this. So just, as you can see, I'm not being too precious about it, the colour being even, or whether it's light in one bit, dark in another. I really don't mind. I'm just getting the colour on. Okay, so nearly done. If you see an area that isn't to your liking, you can just go over it, which is fine. And what I like about this is it's going to, the pattern or the stencil is going to go right up to the edges of my tag, which I really like. So nearly done. And all I've done is I've just stuck the stencil down with low tack tape. It just makes it easier to keep the stencil. And just give it one last brush over, and that's that done. So I'm just going to put that back on, and there you go. So I'm just going to lift this off, and you'll see. Ta-da! How cool is that? And I'm not too bothered about this bit across the top being fairly straight. I will do something with that, but I'm not quite sure yet. So all I'm going to do is just peel off the low tack tape and put that in my bin. Then all I do, making sure my tag's cleaned, so just get a baby wipe and wipe over the top. Oh, and go, and they clean up so well. Just do the front and the back, and then literally I just wipe it with a tag, with a piece of paper. I've got tag and tab in my head now, it's because I'm doing tag. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave that to air dry, and then it can go back in, although it's not that wet, but I'm just going to leave it out to air dry for a little while, and then it can go back in the packet. So that's my base tag. So I've cut out 2 flaps of like pieces of cardstock, put a tab, like a little tab on them, so that I can stick them down. And obviously one is smaller than the other, so I'm going to stick this one on the top. So I'm just going to take the tape off, if it'll come off. There you go. Was that? Nope, that's fine. That's just the, I love this red tape, but it really sticks to me rather than, and then I'm just going to make sure that the bottom of the tag and the bottom of the fold over bit is at the bottom. There you go, you'll see there, got one tag with one layer on it, and then I've done a smaller layer, so to go over the top like so. So again, I'm going to take the tape off. Ta-da! That come off a bit easier. Oh, and then I'm going to do exactly the same thing. Just pop it down, make sure that it's at the bottom, and then just fold that over. So there you go. Got two tags and a base. Oh, I like that. I think that's great. So I've got a piece of peacock coloured seam binding, so I'm just going to pop that through the tag, because of course we want it to look like a tag. So let's just pull that through. That's fine. Again, if you've got seam binding, it's all creased, it really doesn't matter if it's not level at the top, because it all goes all floppy anyway. So that's that on. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I've cut off, or I've cut out a couple of tabs. So I'm going to pop one on the middle layer and one on the top layer, and I'm going to stagger them slightly. So I'm going to put that one at the top there, I think. So I'm just going to, and this is the collection I'm using is Vicky Booting's, just because I don't want it to clog up, is Vicky Booting's Where To Next. Bear with me 1 minute. Again, apologies, I always do that. Apologies if you can't get this collection still, but for me, this is just, I'm showing you the concept of the tag, not the actual collection. This will work with anything, with any collection, any style, any type. It just so happens that I'm using Vicky Booting's Where To Next, and you'll see why I'm using it in a minute. So I've just put glue on one side of the tab, and I'm going to just pop that down like that. Ooh. And push it down and move it around while I still can, and then I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to fill that whole side with glue, and then fold it over. There you go. And I'm going to do exactly the same on the top one, but now that I can see where it's got, where that one is, then I know that I can take this one down a little bit. So I'll do that. So let me just do the same thing, just put that on the bottom, put the glue on the bottom of one bit, and stick that on, and move it around to the edge while you can. And then again, I'm going to turn it over and put glue all over this end. Ooh. There you go. I'm just going to put that down and then glue that over. And there we go. So that's that. Okie doke. So I think this bit, the front tab, so you've got the back there, I wouldn't worry too much about that. I'm not sure anyone's going to look at it. So you've got the base, and you've got like a little book tag, I guess it's called. So this bit I'm going to use as my header page, and I've got 3 photos of my dogs. As always, I've got more photos of my dogs than my children. But last weekend, husband and I went to Devon, just for the weekend, Friday to Sunday, and it's the first time that we've been away on our own without any children for 27 years. So we just took the dogs and we went away for the weekend, and we got them on a beach, and I can't remember the name of the beach now. I think it's something like Haywood's Hoe or Heath Hoe or something like that. But this was the first time Jude had been on the beach, and Dexter loves the beach, so he was showing Jude how to dig and all bits and pieces like that. And Jude did dig, but he was more interested in putting his head in the hole and seeing what Dexter was doing. So these are the photos I'm going to use, and I've just got out a selection of bits and bobs, really, just to see what I want to put where. So this one, I'm going to use some of the chipboard bits. So I'm going to peel off the captured moments, and that's not very good because some of the stickies come off. So I think what I'll do is I'll just put all the glue, like the glue all over it, which is fine. Just gives it a bit of added extra sticky, as it were. Okay, so I'm going to put that, I might put that there actually. Captured moments. Well, that's the moments. I've not put the captured on yet, have I? So let's put that on. And I might put that a bit more of a jaunty angle. And then I thought I would use this flower at the bottom. And I don't know, I might go back and add some more bits and pieces to it, just to make it look a little bit more full, because that looks rather empty, I think, but it's fine for now. So let's see where my tag goes. So the next bit I'm going to do is, I really liked this Today tag, writing block, journaling block, whatever you want to call it. And I also really liked this. I thought that was very sort of reminiscent of where we've been. So I think what I might do is just stick these down like this. So put the Today underneath it and then line it up, and then obviously you can lift that up and see all the writing underneath, but it's a really nice picture. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to put this down here. Oh, and that's what happens sometimes with the paper and this ATG gum. So I think I'm just going to pop that a little bit down and over a bit. So, and then again, I've made a little flap. So I'm just going to take the red tape off this. That's got it. Ooh. And the red tape stuck to me. And I'm just going to line it up and lay it down. There you go. So there you go. That's so I can put the date, the location, what the occasion was, and I can just do a bit of journaling about the boys. My boys, as I call them. So I've also got some stickers out as well. So no, I was just thinking that brolly would look nice somewhere, but perhaps not on the front. So I've got some word ones here. So the happiness is here, that's just here. I think I'm going to put this on the tab and just put it at the bottom, because it won't quite go up, but my two love being on the beach. So, and I might not use all 3 photos either, I don't know. Let's see how it goes. I might do actually. So I might put this one here, and meet me at the seaside. That's quite a cool one. So my two definitely enjoyed the seaside. So Actually, I might do that. That will look quite good. I like that. So let's get that stuck down before I change my mind, as I'm sure we all do when we're crafting. Just going to put that up there. Now I'm going to stick this right at the top and over to one side. And then I'm going to stick my photo just over to one side a little bit. And that will just allow me to put some embellishments there in a minute. Then I'm going to flick over, and I think I might put the photos that way this time. And I might actually just stick that at the top. See, I want lots of journaling spots and what have we. So because we had such a great weekend away, that I think I need lots of journaling spots. It was super weird going away without James and Emily. James not so much, I guess, because he doesn't live at home anymore, but certainly Emily, yeah, it just felt a bit strange. So I'm going to put that there, and I'm going to just put the photo. Oh, I'm going to put that there actually, and just again leave a bit of space around it. So this side, now I've got this details block which I could put down, and I can put that there. Yep, I'm going to do that, I think. So again, use my TG gun and stick it all down. Okay. I'm gonna just sort of line that up. Oh, I know what I'm gonna put in here. Oh gosh, it's ripped it again. That's the only thing with this ATG gun. If anyone's got the same, does it happen to you? I've got the clear sticky tape in it, and it just rips it every so often. And then I'm going to stick that down there. So I know what I'm putting here. I've got the words "Let's play," so that will go perfect there, because they ran around the beach, played with other dogs, played like with each other and digging. Jude wasn't too sure of the sea when he first saw it, but I think he sort of come to like it in the end. So they had a great time running in and out of the sea and just having a general good time. And actually we were staying in a hotel that was really, really pet friendly, and they didn't get too mucky actually, which makes a change, because on the beach normally Dexter's like covered in sand by the time we leave, but didn't. And I might put that there actually. Love this. So I'm going to just stick this down. I'm not gonna, because it's a layered tag, I'm not putting any foam pads on it or dimension, like to give it any dimension. I'm just literally keeping it fairly flat. So that is my layered tag for my first video in June of my tag series, and I think I'm definitely going to try this on a junk journal. So I will make sure that I take pictures of it finished, like completely finished, to put on the blog when the video goes up. And that is my layered tag for June. I hope you enjoyed that, and that's given you an idea if you like making tags. If you make one please pop it in the Chat and Inspiration Facebook page. And if you haven't got any of Sarah's stencils, they are absolutely gorgeous. I'd highly recommend investing in some. So thank you for watching, and until next time, bye.